everyone, I'm Belinda with Mojo in the Making. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight my topic in my food series is on intermittent fasting. This is an eating method that is not new to most of us because whether we think about it or not, we are fasting for about 6 to 8 hours during the night while we sleep. This takes it just a little bit farther and suggests that we skip breakfast and have our first meal around noon and keep our eating hours between noon and 8, and then nothing after 8 until noon the next day. Now, this is something that I used to do all the time because I just never was a fan of breakfast. Never felt hungry in the morning. In fact, it made me feel a little nauseous if I ate too early in the morning, and still does. However, I have gotten into the 6 small meals a day routine, and so this is something that's kind of piqued my interest that maybe I might revisit. There are a couple other methods that people use when they're fasting, and we'll get into that in a few minutes, but there's a lot of other reasons why people choose to fast. Sometimes it's religion, and you know, we tend to do it when we're not feeling well because when we're sick, a lot of times food just isn't all that appealing. So whether we think about it in terms of fasting or not, that's actually what we are doing. And it's not, I mean, unless you go extreme, it's not that harmful to the body because the body is used to fasting. I mean, think about back in the day, you know, during the days of the hunting and gathering, if there wasn't food, you didn't eat. So the body is pretty good at adapting to that, unless you take it to an extreme. So now I'm going to jump into a couple of the different methods of fasting that people use today. And in my opinion, 2 of them are a little bit extreme, and I know they would be for me. And I would definitely recommend that if you chose to do something like that, that you would consult a physician first. So the first is called the 16-8 method, which we just discussed. Fasting for 16 hours, having your first meal at noon, and your eating period is between noon and 8. The second method is called the eat, stop, eat method. So in this method, this is a 24-hour fast. And the premise being that you have dinner and then you don't eat again until dinner the next day. And that is a couple times a week. People do this method of fasting. I would have a tough time with that one. And the third method is the 5-2 diet. Now this diet, I really have a hard time with feeling okay about that. A couple times a week, a couple days a week, you restrict your calories to 500 to 600 calories a day. So it's not a complete fast, but you're severely restricting your calories. And for me, I just see so much wrong with that, especially if you have any type of hormone health issues, like diabetes. It's very important to keep those hormone levels and metabolism levels even keel. And I don't know about you, but if you've ever been around someone who gets a little hangry, it's not a fun place to be. So this is the intermittent fasting method of eating. And like I said, if you choose to venture into something like this, please consult your physician first. And here's to your health. Have a good night.